Never underestimate the cunning of a pirate, or a fox for that matter. You never stood a chance. I'm looking for your booty. That'd be treasure, you know. I can't run like you used to, but I can pull myself apart just fine. So much more spacious in here, I must IOL.
That game was totally rigged. That's what you get for leaving me hanging. It's not my fault. I have these fat plastic fingers and can't press the buttons. Mr. Hugs got me again. If I get jump scared, you get jump scared.
You won't get tired of dying, will you? Where's my beak?
Lodged in your forehead, of course.
You won't get tired of my voice, will you?
Let's go somewhere more private, so I can eat you.
Don't be afraid. Soon you look just like me. Beautiful. Now I get to play poke and put back together. You won't feel a thing. I wanted to wait just the right moment to drop in. It's so much fun hanging out in here with you. He's here and always watching, the one you shouldn't have killed. I never thought I'd make it through the vent, but now we are together. Let me show you how to break your face and look like me. I was the first. I have seen everything. Come closer. Let us smile together. I have seen him, the one you shouldn't have killed. Time to face the consequences of your failure. Might as well face the facts. You are always destined to fail. You blinked. What is favoritism? Is it me trapped, or is it you? Perhaps it's us both. I may be missing my fate, but even I could see this coming.
These flowers is like music to me. I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way. I recognize you, but I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore. The others are under my protection. The others are like animals, but I am very aware.
I'm remade, but not by you, by the one you should not have killed. No light can save you now. I have always been hiding in your shadows. What a gift to relish, a victim that can't perish. I'm given flesh to be your tormentor. Come closer. Help me count my teeth. You're not so big. Just a bite-sized mortal. You knew I'd get you eventually. There just isn't room here for both of us. Flash that light all you want. It can't save you now. Let me put you back together, then take you apart all over again. Let's see how many times you can be pulled apart. I assure you, I am very real. This time, there is more than illusion to fear. We know who your friends are, and you are not one of them. You will not be spared. You will not be saved. The shadow fears me. I am your wickedness made of flesh. I am here to claim what is left of you. I will want you back to relieve your horror. Did things turn hot in here, or is it just me? Come and burn with me. The fire within me burns eternal, and you shall as well. I am a burning reminder of your misdeeds. Greetings from the fire, and from the one you should not have killed. This is a nightmare that you won't wake from. This time, death cannot save you. The nightmare is just beginning. Let's taste death again and again and again. I am the fearful reflection of what you have created. It seems you couldn't make it to my show, so I brought the show to you. Show times are on the hour, not a minute before and not a minute later. It's time to take your final bow. I'm sorry, there's never enough room on this stage for both of us. A performance was demanded of me, and now I have delivered. Encore! I could hear you breathing. Admitted you wanted to let me in. Why do you hide inside these walls? Don't be shy. These are strange circumstances that have brought us together.
I bet you weren't expecting me, were ya? You turned your back for a second and I'm like, whooshoo! Ninja skills. You and I can talk about it like. You and I don't get to talk as often as I'd like.
Everyone underestimates me, but then they turn your back and I'm like boom and they're like,
Move on, Freddy Fazbear. Happy Frog is a new star of the show.
We've already begun. I will never let you leave. I will never let you rest. My friend, you have met a terrible, terrible demise. But I was bad about it. After all, if it weren't for me, it would have just been someone else, you know. I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, gone. Not for you. You're dead. It reminds me of one summer day in the park. I was having a delightful picnic with my good friend Oval, and I said to him, Oval, I have a story. What's the significance of the story? And I said to him, Oval, it already has to have significance, you know. Sometimes, it's a story. You try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says. You would still make yourself crazy. I had a friend once, wasn't pretty. He talked about it for years, and all that. You'll likely end up believing someone you shouldn't believe, thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming someone you don't assume, you know. Sometimes I said a story is just a story, so just be quiet for 1 second in life and eat your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I had made sandwiches, but I would have been such difficulty eating it. I just have those clumsy hands, you know. Actually, I suppose that's the problem. They don't have hands of their own, do they? They're all feet. And I can't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. So now, if I remember correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, Oval, we could get some rye bread. Now, if Elvis enjoy your rye bread, I assure you Oval does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread was always fresh on Tuesday. They made sourdough bread on Monday, Wednesday, or rather they so did a disco for dogs. Probably the other day, like they fade all down. I don't recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and go feed the dogs. He would buy all the sourdough bread. Of course, you know, you're not supposed to feed ducks, so they all die. That's what I heard.
I never saw any ducks die myself. There's a substantial decrease in duck populations over the course of a few years. I just heard the man telling me we were killing the ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. He went on the matter. I told Orville this as well. If you want to feed ducks or birds, any kind of that matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it, breads of any sorts don't grow in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with bread. Or what was I saying? Oh yes, sir. So it's bread. What a fine day it was. It seems that you have met your end. Well, what a pity. I mean, I don't feel so bad about it. After all, it would have just been for one of the others. I'm mostly just glad to be out those attics, you know. No, you've heard of us to fit up in there. It doesn't get down either. It used to be. All sorts of things. You're sort of pep in your step. It reminds me of a conversation with one of my good friends, Orville. We were having a nice picnic. I believe it was summer. No, perhaps it was. Was it the fall? Yes, it was the fall because the leaves have already. But I said to Orville, Orville, I have a story to tell you. Auden said, what it's about. I said, not a story has to be about something, Orville. Sometimes a person just wants to talk. Does everything have to be a story? I said to him. He looked at me and said, well, you said you had a story, and in fact, I told him that I had a story. I suppose if a person wants to talk, it's not bad amounts that you have a story. Telling a story does come with its own pressure and expectations, I suppose. After all, if you're just talking to a friend, then there's no more expectations than if you're talking in the wind. Words by themselves are expected to carry, are unexpected to stick. But if you know you're actually telling a story, well then there'd better be a point to it all, you know. No one wants to listen to someone ramble on and on with absolutely no end in sight. So, you know, it's good to say for someone you're about to tell a story that you have something to stay. And then someone you're going to tell a story is a tantamount to ask them what they're doing and pay attention. Basically saying, hey, buddy, stop everything. Stop what you're thinking. I have a solution to everything. Well, I didn't really have a story to tell. In hindsight, I probably just was this work when I said I have a story. I think it would have been better to tell Orville that I wanted to tell him something rather than tell him I had a story. But, you know, even then it might have importance on the whole thing. Either way, it was a nice day. I remember thinking tea. Since you have doing his and I saw this, of course, if it weren't by me, it was some other, a terrible thing. Just you could not imagine how terrible it would be. Just I get scared thinking about it. Glad it's not me. Reminds me of it. I'm speaking to my good friend Orville, sitting on a park bench watching the pigeons. I was on the left, he was on the right or left. Anyways, it didn't matter. The pigeons, and I said to Orville, friend, those birds are frozen. He kind of looked like me, like I was lost my mind, but I remembered it was winter, and often birds would sit in a tree until they'd freeze. Then the sun warms up and you can move around again. So I said to Orville, you might as well save those breadcrumbs until birds thaw, because they enjoy them until they're in. Which he asked what it meant, and the crumbs should be in. He threw them to birds, assuming that the birds could enjoy
the crumbs are in. In fact, I meant the birds can't. The birds were in. The birds were frozen. It took a moment, then you threw a handful of the ground. Waiting for the bed comes on the words when they told you they were frozen. To which he responded, the breadcrumbs are gone. Again, understand my words. I didn't mean to say that the breadcrumbs was frozen when I told you they're frozen. I've been referring to the bird. So in hindsight, what it is and the perfect sense. Why did you prove the breadcrumbs to the bird when the birds were frozen? He misunderstood upon my correction. He didn't know what else to do with the breadcrumbs, perhaps they would eat the crumbs. So I said to Oval, birds may be dead. It means you've made a horrible demise, my friends. These things happen in life. Life goes on. Not for you, obviously. You're dead. But it reminds me of a time I was having a conversation with my friend Orville. We were by the river watching the fish sleep over the falls. I said to Orville, sometimes I feel like a fish sleeping over and over again, always trying to get somewhere. No, I didn't know himself in the jaws of a beast. He, of course, looked at me and surprised you know. Have you been in the jaws of a beast, friend? To which I said, oh, no, of course not, Orville. I said, no. I simply meant that life can seem like a relentless endeavour, overcome meaningless obstacles, only to meet an equally meaningless fate. That lists your efforts, that list of the obstacles that you've passed. And Orville, he stood and proceeded with a picnic cloth, to which I asked, friend, what are you doing? He looked at me very concerned, really. I feel like you've gotten too much sun. Indeed, indeed I had. He was able to pour me a glass of ice-cold lemonade, iced tea, and sometimes he's from sitting in the falls to drinking lemonade, doing the Orville with an entire absolutely coloured friend. Well, there's really no good answer to that, but perhaps I've made up demands of my own at some point. This is my afterlife or my dream, whatever it might be. I honestly don't know. But maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. I consider it a dignified death. Not really, it is. It's quite pathetic. If you stay by the river long enough, you will see the end of your enemy float by. Even monkeys fall from trees. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. The talented hawk hides its claws. Getting killed by obscure secondary characters? Stranger danger. I was just waiting for you to drop your card. Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark. This is how it feels. And then it's over and over and over again. However, I will never let you leave. What did you think of my act? I don't get much, but you'll have to forgive my enthusiasm. I hope you enjoyed the grand finale. Now it's my time to shine. He tried to release you. He tried to release us. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Don't trick ready. It doesn't like this. Please deposit 5 coins.
Why so blue? You know I'll be true. And now I'll make slivers out of you. So good to see you again, my truest friend. But now your life must end. What a fine day. Come here and say, your face and flesh I must flay. What a treat to come here and meet your face as it hits concrete. I found my guitar, now I reach for the stars, so I plunge it through your heart.
That's right, and don't come back no when you're here. That's right, you for doing a trick, this old bird. Thought you could fool me with that side, but I was too smart for you. I don't like wet floors, but the smell of fresh meat is too enticing. Ha! Whoops! Looks like you're the one lipped up this time.
Yar, what can I do for you? Yar, how may I be of service to you? Yar, who touched me bird? Yar, my bird's like this, so I'll do ye a favour. Yar, you win some, you lose some. Yar, you play with fire and sometimes you get burned.
You and I will be making music together for a long, long time. You hear that? It's a sweet, sweet sound over your eternal silence. Hey, keep it down, would ya? When I'm here, you play by my rules. A song was requested of me, and now I sing it.
Looks like something bad happened. I guess you forgot about me. Want to see the scooping room? I guess you forgot about me. It's time for your controlled shock. Time for your controlled shock. Let's see how many pieces I can cut you into. You won't die, but you'll wish you could. Shh. It'll all be over soon. Shh. There is room for one more. Shh. Come spend eternity side with me. Shh. I've been looking for you, and now I will never let you go. Shh. I am so glad I found you. Let me make room for you.
I always come back.